the overconsumption of all forms of media, such as social media, TV, hell, even music, is causing for people to become overly docile and is acting as a pacifier to even adults' own emotions, causing them to be more unaware than what is healthy. And I think this is leading to a downfall of a lot of aspects of what makes people human. And when I say that, I mean the extent to at which people are being distracted um, doesn't allow people to fully be human in a sense. They don't fully deal with emotions on their own. They're instead of doing what they need to do, such as if, for example, if a person is lacking social connection, instead of doing things that would promote them to socially connect with people, they would just watch other people on TV or social media connect. They watch streamers all day instead of going to do whatever the fuck it is they need. Instead of a person becoming a main character in their own life, they're just watch anime all day. Um, and I think a lot of this is super unhealthy for people, and not even with just those types of needs. In terms of uh, the way people feel and people's emotions, social media almost acts as like a pacifier for grown adults. When I say that, I've seen a lot of instances where people may get anxious in a situation, and instead of fully fleshing out what it is that's making them anxious and going through the proper steps that would promote growth, they often will just get on social media. They'll just scroll instead of, obviously, no one wants to deal with the anxiety, but it's too easy for people to just scroll and ignore. Um, and now we are having a lot of adults that are still having the mindsets of children because there's a lack there of growth. And any growth that a person may have or may seem to have is often performative. People know how to put on an aesthetic of a put together individual. As soon as the camera goes down, they might look around and it's a fucking mess in their house or whatever the case may be. But everything is just performative. It's not fully fleshed out. There's no real however you say that, to a lot of people. Um, at least I've talked to recently. Remind me of two stories. One's personal, one's from a book. I can't remember the name of the book right now, but it was one of those dystopian society books I was made to read in like middle school or some shit. And and in the book, they wanted everyone to be the same, even. So for people that were too smart, they like installed a device to where every random interval of seconds there'd be a big ring in their heads, and what that would do was not allow them to fully complete full thoughts, therefore keeping them kind of stupid or like baseline. And this reminds me of a story that I have now, where, well, background first. I'm in the military. I was in a recon platoon for a while, so I just had to sit and watch things for long periods of time, days at a time. And one of these days, nothing was happening. One of these events, nothing was happening. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna be mindful. I'm gonna start trying to meditate, things like that. Cause I mean, I'm just sitting out in the jungle basically with nothing happening. And I noticed that I don't even know if it was every minute, every few minutes, I'd say a word within my thoughts, and it'll trigger like a song in my head. Now instead of thinking about whatever I was thinking about all the way through, I would just start rapping or singing whatever song in my head, and I just couldn't. I couldn't think for a long period of time because it was just too much like music in my head instead of genuine thoughts. Um, so of course the correction was to learn to ride in silence sometime. So now when I'm driving to work, sometimes I just don't listen to anything because I don't want to overconsume music to where it's all that I think about instead of genuine thoughts. Instead of being able to express myself and articulate myself, what I'm saying? I'm just singing words to a song instead. No, I don't see that as all the way bad, but I don't want to make that a permanent way of living. Um, but yeah, I just think it's a real problem, the overconsumption of media. There's some people that can't even take a shower without, like, why is there a TV screen, or why is there a place for you to put your phone so you can watch Netflix and the shit? Like, can you do anything without media, with just a little bit of silence? Can you hear yourself think? And there's no way people are thinking nowadays with the amount of media and shit that they're consuming. I don't think that the solution is to get rid of any type of media. They're just doing their parts. This is just once again, just bring awareness to people. Hopefully you become more aware of the rate at which you're consuming versus the rate at which you're thinking and just being, so that you can be fully human. It also reminds me of there's a lot of people that are in bad situations or something. Say you hate your job, but instead of dealing with what it is they don't like, things that they do like, what they'd rather do, how to transition, it's easy to just ignore it. You get off of a job you hate, and instead of thinking about things or finding solutions, they might go and just play the game until they just fall asleep, wake up, and just keep doing it over and over again instead of dealing with the reality. People just won't deal with reality. I think that's what the root of this is. Yeah, learn to deal with reality. It'll save your soul.